Press 1 if you need me to repeat that, because I think some people need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? This is a lesson that I really want people to understand. It's controversial, I know. Sometimes the best thing that can happen for you is somebody to treat you wrong. I know, that's crazy, right? This man lost his mind, huh? Did he say, what did he say? I'm just saying, B. So the conversation was this. I'm on YouTube having this conversation because we talking about business growth. And I really know men and women, they be having so many issues that they can't get to the next level because somebody done treated you wrong in a relationship, a business partnership, family partnership, and you be holding on to that shit so hard that you can't grow. It don't do nothing to nobody. The problem is that people ain't like, imagine this. You and your homegirl, your homeboys, y'all got the same problem over and over and over. It's the same problem. And neither one of y'all have gotten good at letting shit go. Instead, you start trauma bonding on these things to go back and forth over y'all issues. Start creating social circles. Start creating music around it. Where is the music about healing and letting it go? Because when you let it go, now you can grow. Now you can move forward. Now you should be an expert. How are you not an expert, right, at these things? Anytime you go through a lesson over and over and over and you're not improving, then the common denominator is always you. You are a bad student. Goddamn, a terrible student, man. You've been getting your heart breaking your whole life, meeting the wrong people your whole life. Family been doing you wrong. The world you say the world ain't doing you right. Your business relationships continue to fail. You ain't through all of that. You ain't stop, reflect, and study and write down from those experiences. You should be a goddamn master. It should take a higher level to trick you now. But if you say, well, man, first woman came in my life. She played you. You understand me? Then the second woman, she played me the same way. Wait a minute. It ain't the second woman's fault. You was supposed to learn from the first one. So you mean that you went through the same test and got the same results? And that's why you ain't developing in business. You never learn how to learn. You've been through the same test and ain't get different results in life. Man, if I go ask the average person what their issues are, people got the same goddamn issues. Everybody dealing with the same problems. And ain't nobody masters of it. It's only a few people in the world that's masters. Then you hold on to shit so hard. I ain't never letting that go. Is you stupid? How you gonna hold on to an issue that long? Like I said, if I go through a test in school and I get an F, I get a D, I get a C, I'm not about to hold on to that. Man, I failed. I ain't never forgetting this. I ain't never letting this go. Man, I'm letting that go, learning from it, passing it on the next time. I done forgot about that. Man, ain't nobody worry about that. You learn from your person that treated you wrong. So let it go. You out there, you supposed to be focusing on business, but it affects your character and your personality of how you do business. Now you got all these insecurities and issues. You're overeating, over drinking, overcompensating, right? Don't know how to trust people because you just be holding on to shit. Society don't know how to heal because people capitalize off pain instead of teaching you how to cure. They didn't tell you that this shit is actually small. What? Most of the shit we be dealing with be small. Your mama went through it, your grandma, your uncle, your pops, your cousin, your friend. Man, that's small. What you dealing with is the natural thing that human beings go through for the last hundreds of thousands of years. So what makes you think that you were so special that you wasn't going to go through it? The only difference is some people learn how small they are, they get over it, and they move forward. And then some people hold on to shit so hard that they let it shape them by their issues and their problems. You become shaped by your bad experiences in a bad way instead of shaped by your good. Because most of the time, life be 99% good. You go through that 1% bad, and then you start to shape yourself around your bad experiences. Well, a person be having 99% of a good day. One bad thing happened, man. That's the stuff you want to talk about all day. Man, let it go. Nobody care who done did you wrong, who done treated you bad. Man, let that go. The world don't know how to heal from nothing. Listen, man, I done had bad situations in business. I done lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let that go. First, I learned from it. I ain't say forget it, because you keep the lesson. You learn the lesson to improve, to take the experience. But once you go through that, once you become aware of something, everybody go through the angry phase of anything. Consciousness, anytime somebody become conscious in this world, what they call fake ass woke, you become conscious of something, you go through an angry phase. I'm angry that this is the world that I'm living in. I'm angry that I've just learned about this. But then now you go through a different phase. Some of you all get stuck at the angry phase. Oh, I just found out so-and-so did me wrong. I found out so-and-so lied. I found out so-and-so. You still in one phase. That's just the first phase. You become aware of something, you get angry. Now you move on. All right, now you get enlightened. Now you go through understanding. After you go through anger, let's go through understanding. Oh, actually, I understand. This person had this issue. I was this young. I wasn't that smart. I ignored these signs. This person showed me this. I didn't listen, right? I was in this headspace. Well, okay, that happened to me. Now I move on. Don't make me bad. And most part, it don't even make them bad. That's just who they were. You may have treated somebody a certain way, and you mad that somebody treated you a certain way. That's who they were. That's who you were. They might even be a better person. And some people so bullheaded in their ways that they couldn't even admit that people change and become better because somebody treated you wrong at one point in time, so you won't make them a devil in your head forever. I learned this through life. You got to learn how to let things go, forgive people. I hope that they became better. I hope that they had some sort of consciousness, some sort of awakening. You understand me? That they've grown from it. You know the whole thing. You meet some people at the wrong time. You meet some people that they player phase in life. You meet some people that they scumbag face in life. Then they may have learned from that, man, felt so guilty, and then they got better. But you holding on to who they were. They not even that person no more, and you still mad. Because you still that person. You still that person that's taking advantage of. You still that person that's not learning. You still that person that vibrates at that area. So all the time we get mad when other people outgrow us because we still the same. And if you holding on to something that happened to a past self, you still that person. It ain't till you outgrow it, then the problem becomes smaller and smaller because you become bigger and bigger. Imagine holding on to something somebody did to you as a kid. That makes you still a child. You haven't developed past that. Man, this shit supposed to be so small you don't even notice it. But this is how we are. We are emotionally immature. So we don't know how to process emotions and feelings and just get past shit. So, you know, that transfers over in business. So some people can't reach certain levels because they don't know how to process. Processing things. Once you get information, it is supposed to go through a process. It's not supposed to stay in you. You're supposed to process it, let it go. That's the reality of it. So one of the main things we go teach in the mindset development portion of BWO is teaching people how to process. Wish I would be holding on to something that because I don't know how to process things. A person ain't do you that bad. You just don't know how to process what you went through. You don't know how to take accountability or ownership. That's all it is. Ain't nobody done treated me worse than I've treated myself by putting myself in certain positions and not learning from it. You go through the same lesson over and over, you are the common denominator. Fellas, if you meet the same woman over and over, she treating you bad, it is you, it is not her. You are still attracted to that type of woman. Ladies, if you meet the same man that's hurting you over and over, you are still attracted to that type of man. It's not him. He was always going to be him. You can be attracted to liars. You can be attracted to thieves. You can be attracted to whatever. That's just your level of attraction, and you are unwilling to change that. So therefore you continue to get it, and then you blame all the things you attracted to. I'm just saying. It's you always the common denominator. Nothing should happen to you 3 times in a row. Nobody should have a story. Well, I got 3 baby daddies. They all ain't shit. Whoa. Wait a minute. There ain't no such thing. You was attracted to that type of man who didn't want responsibility. And now you mad that you trying to give him responsibility. Make it make sense. They say I'm breaking up. How we sounding? We breaking up still? All right. How we sounding? So, having that superpower of learning how to process information is key, because that processing don't just deal with emotions, it deal with all information that come to your forefront. You understand me? Because, like I said, nothing is supposed to get stuck in you. You understand me? Everything is supposed to process through you. Nothing is supposed to get stuck. So some of you get information, and this is where trauma happens, because you gain new information, and then you gain new information. Damn, man, I don't know why it's choppy on the live on IG, they saying. Because I'm trying to charge it at the same time. All right, y'all let me know, is it still choppy or we good? I want to make sure y'all good over there. Press 1 if we good. So, yeah. Press 1 if we good over there from the sound process over there. This ain't even, the thing about relationship advice is not always love. Relationship advice is business relationship, family relationship, self-relationship. People think relationship advice is I'm trying to teach you how to love on your girlfriend. That ain't what I'm talking about. Relationship advice is just being able to process emotion and the feelings. Right? But, and how to think clear, communicate, how to deal with things. So it's a skill set, because this can actually be utilized in all areas. So especially business. I don't take nothing personal in business. You're not supposed to. So when I'm dealing with business and I'm dealing with family in business, I just process things. Hold on, I gotta send some business text. Business, I can't get mad. All right. Yeah, if it's still choppy for you, just go out and come back in. It should clear up. You did? So, this is something that I want everybody to understand, because it's very powerful, man. Once I learned this, nothing became an issue anymore. Like everything that I wanted to become, I just sat back and said, let me learn it. If I want to speak better, I'm studying communication. If you want to be more confident, study the science of confidence. Study where insecurities come from. You understand me? What happens is your brain starts to trick itself that you are this thing already, because we got mirror neurons. We got more information on how to make these decisions, right, to become better in that area of development. And when we're trying to listen, you got to understand, we got all this information in the world. So sometimes you got to be careful just listening to people curating business information, financial information, because you could be receiving that information, right? But it's not going to help you at all in life. And it's not that the information is not valuable. It's that sometimes we get information overload to make us feel like we're on the right track, right? But the reality of it is you don't need to know everything about the market in order to succeed, unless you are a full-time trader or something. You don't need to know everything that's going on in the world in order to be financially literate. You need to know the things that's going to be good towards your goal. But more importantly, you need to have the mindset to have clarity on what you want, to think clear, to come from a clear and free place. You understand me? Then that's when you start to grow. So If we have a world where all information is at our fingertips, what stops us from being the most successful people on the planet Earth? It is the development of self. It is our ability to think, process information, and utilize it for a clear intent and purpose. It's that simple. I see people, I'll be like, man, this information they're giving is solid, but how many people that's commenting, how many people that's liking this shit actually can use this in their life? I'm like, sometimes we just impressed by people intelligence that they can use in their life, but we don't actually have value for it because we're not at that level. We're not developing ourselves. So some of the most valuable things that we get is people teaching us and helping us with ways to think better, to clear ourselves better, to process information, emotions, and feelings better. So as I'm forever going to be teaching BWO, business, Web3, technology, I got to get the mind right. I need you to know how to think. See, somebody said they lost too much money in crypto and did all the research and software charging. No. See, it's the mindset then. The research and charge don't guarantee nothing. The communities that you in, the mindset that you in, because if you've been in crypto, it had to go up. It had to go up. XRP just went up from 33 cents to 51 cents. It went up almost 50%. Bitcoin had went down and then came up. Ethereum went down and then came up 50 to 60%. Ethereum Classic went almost up 100% in the last few months. There was opportunities for extreme growth. So if you was watching the chart, you could have made that money. The problem is this. It's the emotional experience. The problem is when it went up, you didn't sell because you were waiting for it to keep going up. And if you got a long-term plan for the next 3 to 5 years, who cares if it went up and went down? Your goal is not to see something that just goes up forever. Your goal is to not care because the chart go up and down as long as it's going up over the year, over 2 years, over 3 years. That's all that matters, baby. Dollar cost averaging. But what type of trader are you? How much time have you put in? See, sometimes we think I'm going to get into something for a few months, man. I better win. That ain't the way life works. I done lost money. I done gained money. It ain't never stopped me. Because I'm always trying to improve. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because there's always somebody making money. So I need to know what they did. Now, don't get me wrong. Big institutions made a lot more money. The top 10%, they own more stocks during certain areas and periods of time. So, like, you got to remember, even when there was the recession and people that got, the top 10% got all the money to buy the stocks at their lowest, right? And then you had everybody buying. Well, some people didn't buy till the stocks returned to 50 to 60 to 100%. That's when institutional money dumped. They got 100, 200% on their money, and then they dumped it onto the retail trader investor because we relate. So imagine during this time, let's say the market goes down another 10, 20, 30%. You dollar cost averaging in. Let's say you hold for the next 2-3 years and the market finally start to return, right, to some of the previous highs, the solid companies anyway. Now it's about what during this phase? Accumulation. So now let's say Apple goes down to 130, right? And you buying 1,000 stocks at it at 130. You understand me? Now, when if it goes back up to 160, 175 in 3 years, how much money did you make? It's going to be about how much you accumulate. But the top 1%, they looking for the bottom and say, well, damn, if it go to 130, imagine if it go to 120. Imagine if it ever go to 100. They say, well, this shit is oversold. Too many people sold. Too many people panic. So that's when they load the boat. They grab as much as they possibly can. When people see XRP at 33 cents, they say, man, XRP at 33 cents, it's consolidating. It's been staying here for hella long. Let me buy as much as I possibly can. So then it ran up to 50%. Shit, now they getting 30% on their money. They sold. Then everybody else seen it run in. They start buying in at 50 cents. They sold to the people that bought in at the top. So now they go wait till it drop again because those people go sell because they see it going down. Then they go buy in and they go rinse, wash, and repeat. But you got to learn the game. But if you don't know how to process information, you don't know how to process your own emotions, you understand me? You will get the fear of missing out. You will get fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's going to have you selling when you should be holding. It's going to have you buying when you should be selling. I'm just saying, man, I'm taking from my own lessons. Imagine you losing and somebody else winning, and instead of you trying to learn what they learned, you get out the game. I want to learn. I wish listen, I'm a type of human being that don't think nobody more special than me. So if they can learn something, then goddamn it, I can too. Or I'm going to pay them to learn it. Man, teach me your ways. Man, it's just a game out here, y'all. There's people right now, I got peers making more money than me. I'm watching them, bro. I got to call you, bro. How you do so-and-so? I ain't too proud. Len, can you teach me? Teach me, bro. Like, I always need help. I don't know what's wrong with some people. I don't need no help, man. I always need help, man. You call me. Teach me something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother. Man, you need some help? Hell yeah, man. What's up, man? How can I get some more? How can I increase? How can I get more results? It's hella shit I don't know, man. I want to learn right now. What's up? You willing to teach me? That's the mindset right there. Man, what's up, bro? How much I gotta pay you for this, man? Bro, don't even worry about it. You ain't gotta pay. Man, I don't mind, bro. I'll pay you to be in the room. I'll pay you to learn. I'll pay you to take an hour of your time. You want to get a blueprint? I know you just spend hella money, time, energy, effort. You understand me learning this? If you spent $1 million learning, maybe I can pay you $1,000. Maybe I can pay you $10,000 just to teach me. Now you can leverage what you learn. You'll use it for yourself. But then shit, you can teach me too. I want to learn. See, some of y'all be mad that people be charging information and it costs them way more than it's gonna cost you. This is what I don't get in reality. People be mad that somebody charging $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $5,000, $1,000, $500, $200. It costs them way more than it costs you every single time. I promise you. So how the hell can I be cheap when somebody else, you understand me, had to pay way more to learn what they go teach every single time, even if it just cost them time? If they learned something over the last 3 to 5 years, I'm disrespectful by saying that, bro, how much it cost you? Now, let me buy that at cheaper. What? No, man. See, this is why when you got the right mindset, you change your life on the way you look at things. I look at everybody's process. Bro made $1 million. How much he had to spend to make that $1 million? How much he had to learn? How much nights he had to deal with? How many family members he had to fall off with? You understand me? How much negotiation, what skill sets you had to develop, what sleepless nights you had to have, what times you probably felt depressed and felt alone you had to go through. And now somebody see me shining because I done been through the mud and finally get my glory and some success, and then you want to cheapen that. Man, I be looking at people that make it through anything and I smile like, damn, they've been through it to get to it. So I got to respect that. They been through it to get to it. You can't look at nobody's success and never think ease. You got to think process. Changes the value of everything that you look at. When you look at things, just think about, every time you look at it, think about what did it take. Some people be on the verge of suicide getting to success. And the person be like, man, you lucky. Man, you lucky? This ain't got shit to do with luck. I'm willful. I'm determined. I'm different. I'm special. I'm willing to commit to something that the average person is not. That's the difference. Some people out here are different. They willing to grind it out when most people will quit. That is what gives them the pressure. They love that. So hell no, I'm not cheapening nobody. I'm not going to ask them for no discount. I want to figure out what do they got that I don't got. Because sometimes all you need is one thing from a person. All you need is that one thing, and that's enough. If I can just get one thing that makes me a little more valuable, it's way more valuable than holding on to that money. How can I use this money, this time, this energy, this effort to increase my value? That's it. That's all I need to know. So go out there and look at what people built and ask yourself, what did they have to sacrifice in order to build what they got? People start telling you their stories. Man, I had to do this. I had to borrow money from my mom. I had to do it for my dad. I had to sell drugs. Some women had to go get body augmentations and surgeries to get to where they are. Then they pivoted to something else. Some people had to borrow money from people that they didn't want to. People had to go homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta respect that. Y'all know what it is like, especially being in the black community. Well, ain't nobody giving us shit. We gotta go get every single thing ourselves. When I see earn your leisure, I don't see somebody that got it out. You just started off and everything is successful. I see people that had a vision, determination, work ethic. I see arguments with the team. You understand me? I see struggles. I see differences that you had to go through, to get past. I see politics that you got to deal with in society. You know what I'm saying? I see relationships that you got to cultivate. I see hours you got to put in. I see money you got to invest and reinvest. I see time you got to spend to learn, to understand the market. When I see Ian talking about stocks, man, you know how much goddamn he got to be consistently learning to keep his mind up all of the time? I see hours, countless, sleepless nights spent. When I see Trap putting on his Trapping Tuesdays, man, I see him sitting down with the team, writing the script. You understand me? Spelling out a vision, sitting there putting blood, sweat, and tears into this. Same thing when I see my brother take Sweat. He got a million different ways he can indicate the market. You understand me? I see Aristotle. He be high as hell, but you know he got to constantly be sharpening his skills. You know what I'm saying? When I see him 500, I say, man, this man make it look easy. So what does he have to be doing to develop his mind on the back end? Then he's traveling around, constantly learning, constantly going through conference to conference, and then he throw a conference for the people. That man go through 100 conferences before he throw his next one so he can have something to teach the people by the time you get there. So you're not buying just some next conference and event. You're buying the growth and development that a person spent in between time so that you can get it as well. And you getting it at 1/10 of the price, a penny of the price. Well, cost of admission. So, like, when you see high-level conversations, knowledge don't just fall out of book into my head. I got to sit down, I got to research. I got to study. I got to learn. I got to listen. I got to take money out of my own pocket. And we have to shoot these high-definition shows. I have to sit down and give my directorial vision. You know what I'm saying? I say, okay, no, we got to do B-roll here. No, we got to shoot this one like this. Okay, this episode was like this. Okay, this angle was like this. I got to write this down. They don't just pop out of nowhere. Oh, no, we got to pay for what? We got to pay for this venue. Oh, we got to pay for this editor. We got to pay and get these posters and these thumbnails done. You understand me? Okay, now you got to pay this. Oh, how much is that? Damn, now we got to fly out the team to here. We need tickets. We got to get the hotel. We got to get the Airbnb. We got to get the flights done. You understand me? We got to administrate the travel. We got to speak to this person. Man, it'd be so much work on the back end. We up to 3 a.m. We got to get back up. We got to, what do I got on the schedule? Okay, we got to get back up at 8. Now we got to do something else. We constantly rolling, and people see it in the form of content, and they be like, damn, you just getting the end result of all of the hard work, and it looks shiny. So you have to learn to look at things different, look at the process, and it changes the value. So it's the same thing with you. When you are judging your value, look at your process. Some of your story is worth so much, you understand me, that you haven't learned how to tell it yet. Some of the darkness that you went through, once you overcome something, people will pay for the value of those times that you struggled and the lessons you learned so that they can go through that same thing. You dig? So for me, it's about having that ability to process, having that ability to understand value, right? And also being able to seek that within self so you can increase your power and results. Because, man, I didn't tell you, man, I done been through more than the average person. So I be seeing people talking about they done went through homeless. They done been locked up a little bit. They done been shot at. I mean, I done been through, I'll take 10 of your favorite people that tell their worst stories, and I'd have been through that 10 times over. I just don't look like it. That's all. Why? Because unlike some people, I know how to let things go so I can continue to move on. I'm not living based on a situation in the past. Some niggas out here be telling the same story a million times like they an old head. Man, I might want to hear that shit no more. Go through some new life. Tell me something else that's going on. I'm trying to tell you what's about to develop in the future. And some people only know the value of what they went through in the past. You might want to hear that shit. You ain't about to get no more sympathy from me. You did? Let me cut this light off. Go through something else, B. You know what I'm saying? No, go through something else. All right, you been through something. Go through something else. I promise you don't want to trade war stories. You wouldn't even believe my war stories. I be comfortable everywhere I go because I done been through something. So I ain't afraid to go through something else. That's the only difference. I done been through something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through something. Man, every time I go through something else, I say, okay, I didn't increase the value. I can't wait to do my high-level tour, come talk in front of y'all in real life and give away this game. Yeah, but I promise you my story is interesting. I don't wait to put in a documentary or something. I just don't like talking about the past all day because I don't live there. I let it go so many times. You know what I'm saying? That's like a person skinny as hell and they used to work out. They used to train and all they got to do is they got all these old stories of being in the gym. Man, you don't look like you was in the gym. You're not still in there. You're not talking about what's the next set that you got, what's your next goal and your next gains that you about to develop. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear about the next level. If I want a lesson in history, then I'm going to study the past. You understand me? But I'm looking for victories. Now, there's nothing wrong with a person sharing their story. But what I'm telling you all is don't live there. Everything you done been through is so you can get through that next thing. You may have been, the greatest in the world in your past life. But everything you've been through is your past life. That's your past life. What's your now life? My past life, I done got 1,000 past lives. People know me in different stages, different ages. You understand me? Give me different praises. But I'm different now. It's my past life. So what I look like just talking about my past life all day. And I got my present life to live too. You dig? Does that make sense to y'all? So, we got a lot of work to get to. We need to have these 10X growth talks. We need to sit down and have these conversations more often. And, y'all know, man, Instagram be blocking me all the time. Luckily, I can do it on YouTube, whatever. But I can't wait to just continue to have these. So, on Instagram, you see it's 500 people in here. All 500 need to be subscribed. So, when I start making these private and I start sharing, because on my subscriber side, I got private stuff that I'm going to be putting out. A whole show that was just going to be for the private side. Because I get tired of people complaining. I get tired of the algorithm saying I can't say certain things. So, and then once we got our own platform, which should be done in the next few weeks, all that content going over there. What I look like playing with y'all. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not playing with nobody. Shout out to Smoke for Real. Shout out to Freckleface for everybody that subscribed. I do appreciate y'all. Like, we at this point in time where they've been playing with us. They've been playing with us, man. They really treat us like some suckers on these social media platforms. Be honest with you. You can't talk to none of these. You can't call management. You can't talk to the boss. No. They treat us like some suckers, man. Listen. Climb on here. Give away all your value. I'll decide when you can monetize it. I'll decide what you can say and what you can't say. You understand me? And that's our relationship. Don't talk back to me either. Well, what the fuck is you talking about, dude? Who you talking to? Well, you heard what I said. There's certain words that you can't say. Certain opinions you can't give. You can't appeal this whether you like it or not. You understand me? It is what it is. Take it or leave it. And you're like, damn. It's like that? And they like, yeah. What's up? It's pimping over here. I'm like, damn. Okay. So What we got to do is, man, we got all these people putting up data, giving their best intellectual property out. So for me, when I look at Web3, it's talking about, well, how can the people that create get more value, right, from their own creations? How can they have more regulation over their own creations and more power and more ownership? So this should be something that all peoples, you understand me, that don't have power and control should be happy about. Wouldn't you enjoy that? The future of social media has to change because it's not sustainable. People, if you putting out all this content on social media and can't make no money, oh no, this ain't sustainable. So Web3 for black people in America, if I'm talking Web3 for black people in America, I think we should pay attention to it the most than anybody else because we are affected, because we at the bottom. You understand me? When it comes to this algorithm and how they treat us. This is why you think that artists is looking at Web3. Why you think that artists will wish they could be independent? Because they like, man, I'm tired of these contracts. It all comes down to contracts in America. Web3 changes the contract that we have with the internet. Instead of a contract where you sign and give over all your masters, all your rights, and all your data, it's a contract that say, no, I own my masters, I own my rights, and I own my data. I think that makes sense. So we should have a vested interest in seeing the internet change. And our agreements with the internet must change. Don't y'all agree? Here I am. You spend years developing 1 million followers, and you can't get access to 1% of them unless you pay. And then the algorithm still not giving you access to all of them, even if you pay. It would be better if social media said that, listen, you got 600,000. Now, if you want to access 20%, then pay $500 a month. You want to access 30%, pay $1,000 a month. You want to access 100%, pay $10,000 a month. I would rather pay to get full access to all of my audience, right? They have to figure out a strategy to do ads to possibly get access to some of the audience that's on social media. But see, Web3 is changing those ideas. So all it's talking about is the future contracts of the internet, and we're going to teach people how to do this. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to make it make sense for us. They don't get on the stage at Web3 conferences and talk like me, because I ain't no better communicator in that space than myself. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second, so let me grab my charger. So, you know, I ain't been live in a minute, and I had a lot too. I wanted to get y'all my philosophy. I love smart contracts. I love DAOs. DAOs is probably one of the greatest ideas ever. I think Ethereum merge, people don't even look at, like, I think what's so sad about society now is we have astonishing mathematical feats and engineering feats that's happening in front of us. And all we can try to figure out is if the price go up. Appreciate you, Hugh, man, 13. I want y'all to think about that for a second. Ethereum merge was an engineering feat of a decade, of a century. It's the complexity of Bitcoin and Ethereum and cryptocurrency. It's not about, oh man, it didn't go up a couple $100. These things, are world-changing events, but they're not speaking upon the importance of what just happened. The mathematical complexity of what just took place during that merge. So we don't think to value those sort of things. We don't think to develop those sort of things. We just chasing price. We don't understand what it means. None of those. You're just chasing price. This is sad in our culture. Very sad. Oh, it don't mean nothing because the price didn't go up. Is you crazy? See, I deeply value greatness. When I see greatness, I value greatness. When I look at these projects, I'm looking at these computer engineers and science and mathematicians behind it. Man, this is greatness. The world is changing. Things are happening in ways that never happened before. And we just, because the news is not going to get on there and say, oh my God, the biggest mathematical computational equation event has happened in the world, and then that'll make everybody be like, yo, what was it? And then they make it seem so important because they breaking down what happened and stuff in the world, like, yo, did you see that? What just happened? Yo, I'm shocked. Look at what's possible now because of what we was given. When 5G happened, everybody's talking about what's going to, the radiation from it and stuff. Nobody talked about the possibilities of it. We're now living in the consequence of 5G based on the possibility of having that much streaming power at our fingertips and in our households. But we don't know how to look at this thing from a value standpoint. That's why we're so goddamn behind. The class starts for Web3 next week. So make sure you send in your application. Yes, 4 skills will be in the cheat code side of the BWL. So, you know, like, if that made some sense to you all, press 1. I just want to make sure that we getting some understanding. Like, you don't want to be living through this time. Like, there was a meme that I seen, and it was funny as hell. And it was a meme where it was like 1995, and it was like, you know, imagine Jeff Bezos studying in front of his computer, getting ready to create $1 billion empire. And then there was another one where they showed somebody pops, and he was like in these skinny booty shorts, and he got them dancing in the club. And it was like, this is what my father was doing while Jeff Bezos was creating $1 billion. Like, what are you doing? In the future, they go look back and be like, yo, my parents was bullshitting during the greatest time in the world. I just want y'all to understand that there's opportunity happening every time, and you have to be in harmony with reality in order to take advantage. You have to be in harmony. Otherwise, you're going to miss things into reality. You're going to miss. You have to understand what that means. That means you are not in harmony if you're missing things. That means you are out of sync and out of touch with reality to miss the opportunities that's supposed to be aligned with your goals. Like, all of us, a lot of us missed the Bitcoin. Like, we had so much time where a person was like, yo, buy it. And you could have took $1,000, $10,000, right? And you would have, and nobody in the world would have stopped you from making hundreds of millions of dollars. But we were out of harmony because we so distracted by, you know, what's going on with Ice Spice Performance. You're supposed to be so out of touch with bullshit that you don't even know that happened. I'm gonna give you some game. What up, I am fam, on Crowns 19 site. I'm gonna give you some game. There are certain things you're supposed to be out of touch with. Certain things you're supposed to be in touch with. There's certain things that's supposed to happen in culture you're not supposed to know about. I'm mad that I know about it, but it's everywhere, and it be on the news, and it throw that wasteless piece of information into my algorithm. You thought I was feeling you? I shouldn't even know that song. I should be so out of touch with things that have nothing to do with my reality. But you know the way I process that? I said, wait a minute now. See, I'm always process information for value. We're living in a time where a person can get famous off of a line. Like, it's not even a one-hit wonder. I don't know if she go develop and become whatever she develop. It may be. But right now, this is like meme rap. You know what I'm saying? This is where people can make fun of something and get famous off of it. She's becoming famous for one line. I don't know none of the rest of the song. For a quote. But it lets you know how you can leverage things in reality now. That you can create one quote and then leverage that to make millions of dollars because of this social media. But it also lets you know how much of the record labels are grasping for ways to keep attention because it's so short. Attention span is like 7 seconds. So with one line, that's all you needed to hear. And it repeats. It becomes content. People put money behind it to keep it in front of you. Let's pay all of the blogs to push it. It's not that it's so catchy. It's some regular shit I could have heard one time and never listened to again. But the thing is, when you play it over and 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 over, it loops. Now it starts to build up framework in your mind. Now you have a strong line and an emotion and a thought and an idea and something processed towards it. See, if you take any quote that you have, whether it's good or bad, and you pay every blog to write about it, to play it, you got a hit too. It's hypnotization. It's manipulation through frequency, through consistency. There's the basic form of manipulation is showing a person something over and 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 over again. And you think it's talent. It's talented hypnotization, talented manipulation, talented mind control. You gotta learn, you gotta understand, man. This man ain't doing nothing special, just mind control. I heard somebody say you thought I was feeling you before that. I ain't no disrespect for the young sister because, I don't know what her career may be, right? But I'm just saying, using that as a case study, I look at reality and be like, yo, this is where we at now. This is where we at now. This is how attention has changed. This is how society has changed. I'm just looking at the condition of society. I'm not basing things on her talent. This is where we at. So we now, it's so many things we're going to see. I see an AI artist making money. There's a generative artist. He created a generative art piece that sold for $17 million the other day. I'm not about to play with my value. I'm about to stop paying attention to certain things. I need to be out of touch with things that don't matter, and I need to get in harmony with things that do. So there's two worlds. If you are in touch with the world of distractions, then that means that every second that you spend in there, you're going to be out of touch with the world of focus, the world that can bring you value. It's the world of liabilities and the world of assets. We know liabilities way more than we know assets. What is the latest scientific discovery? What is the latest technological advance? Our culture don't have that readily that fast. But we can tell you what the baby said about Megan Thee Stallion. Because we are in touch with liabilities and out of touch with assets. And we don't even know which ones are assets and which ones are liabilities. And this is where the problem comes in. Because if we knew and we labeled it a liability, then we would feel more accountable and we would take ownership over it. Like, man, what am I doing right now? But we think some of this stuff is an asset. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shade Room is a room that is about negativity, shade. It's not about enlightenment, it's about shade. It's to keep you in the dark. The more you are in touch with information that does not matter at all. It don't matter at all. Like, at all. Nothing a celebrity is doing, nothing to entertain, none of that matters at all. And we be wondering why you ain't increasing in value. Why you don't know how to set yourself up properly. Why you don't know how to build properly. Because you so in touch with liabilities. You out of touch and you out of harmony with everything that matters the most. I need y'all to know what's the latest scientific developments in the world. What are the medical developments in the world? I need y'all to understand, you understand me, the monetary system and the policies that's being developed that affect your life. I need you to understand the political system, but we don't spread that like we spread gossip. So, and we all guilty of it. I can only speak because I'm speaking from experience. Shit, I found myself being in touch with things that didn't matter. Why do I got this information in my head? I'm like, damn, this stuff don't mean nothing. So you got to change it. And the world tells you, well, no, you know, that's the crazy thing, right? You find yourself learning a lot. And they be like, well, you need balance. Well, them same niggas don't come around, right, when they see you overly distracted and doing too much entertainment. Ain't nobody coming and say, bro, you need balance with some knowledge. People always want to give you balance with the BS because they want to pull you over to them so they don't feel so bad. People don't never, man, you need balance with some knowledge, bro. You've been on that bullshit for too long. People be like, nah, bro, you always studying and working and learning, bro. You need some balance. Go have some fun. Nobody ever tell you sitting there at the club too much, bro, you need some balance, man. Go get you some knowledge. How come the balance is always over towards negativity or always over towards liabilities or always over towards distractions? I want you to just think about that for a second. Society ain't never pushing you over towards, you understand me, a balance towards development. It's always a balance of distraction. Come on, man. You watch all the movies. Bro, you've been in here this whole time just learning and developing yourself, man. Go have some fun. I ain't never seen where it's a show in a movie, you are having so much fun, you need to get you some knowledge. I ain't never heard that line in a movie before, ever. Ever in my entire life. Balance don't never seem to be on the side of value. It's always on the side of bullshit. What? I ain't never seen them say in the movie, man, you been hanging out too much, bro. Read a book. I don't see the movie. The girl, she having sex with 10 dudes. Man, you need to chill out and fast for a little bit. No, it's go ahead. More sexual liberation and freedom. What? And nobody go tell this person to fast and get some discipline. And none of the shows ever. So you don't even realize you being socially programmed to fail. Nobody ever says, you know, in the shows, the girl might pull up and she hella modest. And they be like, you need to show something. They never say, man, you know, you can go out there a little more modest and show your mind if you want to attract a better quality and a different type of value. That type of advice don't get in there. That's why I said, you know, yeah, you go put the LGBT in there. You go put some Asian diversity or whatever diversity. But where's the intellectual diversity? Where's the black Muslim, like somebody that'll think like myself and say a line in the show? Ain't no diversity. There's no inclusion, diversity, or none of that being added into. It ain't no diversity in the movies. If it's diversity, how come we get, okay, the black girl get a character, but it's never with a black dude? That's diversity because I don't see enough black couples on TV. Diversity will being able to see more black couples in these roles. There's no black family. Where's the diversity of black family? Oh, no, but the family got to have one person gay, one person white, one person black, may throw in the Asian. How is that diversity? When we're starting to see the same model of families being displayed everywhere. The diversity will be showing all sides. There should be a Muslim family on there. Maybe a Hebrew Israelite family on there. You understand? Maybe some Moorish brothers on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the diversity? Because we not a monolith as a people. So you got to be careful that social programming have you accepting one thing in the name of so-called diversity and inclusion while the whole time feeding you one idea, one model of reality. I'm just saying. I know y'all feel me. I was talking. You know, I'm going over creating my own movies and shows because, you know, that's what we did. High level conversation, not no podcast. I know y'all know that, right? It's a show. It's a show. You see what we did? We created a show. We created a very successful hit show. So now we are into media. We are into creating shows and movies. That's the next thing. We want to get funded for bigger projects. I'm looking for writers. You understand me? If you are a writer, we're going to have an email for you all to send because we want to fund shows and ideas so we can actually have what's real inclusion and real diversity and a real diaspora and stop letting them push their narratives of what they consider to be diversity. It's just language. They try to manipulate us. How you got a rainbow, but it don't represent all colors of the spectrum of the human family? Come on, man, it's manipulation, B. Y'all think they slick. They ain't fooling me. They ain't fooling me none. They think they slick. That's why they don't be wanting to have them conversations. I'm still waiting on Charlemagne to get on high level, man. Still waiting on that, brother. You know what I'm saying? He ain't responded properly yet. You know, we'll wait. We'll give him some more patience to see. Because you got to have these conversations in front of the world to see. Right? We talked to Tyler Perry. Asked Tyler Perry at EYL Invest Fest. He said he got no plans on making these black films, yet he has all of the resources to make them. He ain't got no plans on that. He said so far. He said, I'm going to keep making what I'm making that's making me this money. So that lets me know that it's up to us. It ain't up to them. I ain't mad at them. That's them. All it lets me know is, oh, you saying you're not going to do it, we got to do it? Then all right, cool. Because I said my heart is in it, so I might as well do it. Then Billy Carson need to put together some documentaries, some shows. Celebrities ain't scared to come on the show. I've been talking to a lot of people. It's just, a lot of things is just scheduling. Don't say that. They love Big Keys. You would be surprised who watched the show. All of them watched the show. All of them. Let's just be honest about that. They want to come on the show. They just want to make sure that they got their intellect right. And that's why I'm not the type of person that's trying to attack anybody. Because for me, it is all about effectiveness. Some people just want to go viral. Some people just want to say things a certain way that go viral. And everybody look at them as this messiah and all this. I don't care about all that. I'm trying to think of how do we be more effective at everything that we do. Because if I got a goal, I actually want to reach that goal. I don't just want to talk about it and be seen talking about it and everybody say, bro, you the most revolutionary thing on the planet. I don't care about that. You understand me? Because the most dangerous man is the one who thinks, and that can be the most effective to me. Tariq Nasheed episode coming soon. We already been talk, so that one gonna be fire. I shot an episode with my father and my brothers. That one gonna be fire. That one gonna be deep. I ain't gonna lie. That one a little controversial. I ain't gonna lie. That one, Pops don't hold back. So it might offend some people. So that one, I'm like, damn, that one heavy. Shot one with Surviving Vegan. That one go change some lives too. Definitely go do a Yaki live. Definitely go do a Billy Carson live episode. I want to do one with Neil deGrasse Tyson live. There's a few episodes I want to do live. I even have a few white guests that I want. It's a few scientists. I like what they speak about. Dan Huberman, this is other doctor that be breaking stuff down. Because what I'm looking for is the particular knowledge that is useful that we can use of value. So, as you've seen, it ain't even about having the most popular people. It's about having the most valuable people on. And the way that you can deliver that message in a particular way. Yeah, I crowned Sauce Walker before. I can tap back in with the brother. Oh, me and Dame already talked, so we plan on doing something live. You understand me? A live high-level conversation. Dame Dash times 19 Keys. You know what I mean? Two of the greatest tourists in the world. You did. I talked to Andre 3000 about being on the platform when I met him, but we got to see how things unfold. But listen, man, this has been a great conversation with y'all. I appreciate y'all. We reaching out to Dr. Umar. I talked to Kyrie. He said he would do it, but we ain't had communication in a minute, so I got to lock back in with him. You understand me? Michael Pichu, I forget his name, the physicist. I would love to have him on the show. He's heavy. I talk about some of his ideas. You understand me? But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I honor y'all. I respect y'all. Make sure y'all text 323-577-6692. Join BWO so we can get you all of these lessons. You understand me? We continue to grow. I reached out to Laura London. I'm waiting for her to respond. We follow each other and had some communication in the past. So I'll be on top of it. Jay Electronica going to do a lot of press, but, I'm going to talk to him again and see what he's talking about. Erykah Badu, that'll be a dream when I love to have Erykah on. But anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. BWO applications will be going to approval. Kaba Kamane, I already reached out to him.